It was a clear summer afternoon over Donetsk. The sun hung high above the battlefield, casting harsh shadows across the ruins of a once thriving industrial town. Russian troops moved with confidence. They believed the skies were safe. No drones overhead, no signs of incoming fire. Just another quiet day at a heavily fortified command post, nestled behind camouflaged netting and concrete barriers. But within moments, that illusion shattered. Without warning, a series of precision-guided rockets came screaming across the sky, leaving behind blazing white trails. The earth trembled as fire erupted from the command center, tearing through steel and stone. In just 14 seconds, the entire nerve center of Russian operations in the sector had been reduced to rubble and silence. The weapon responsible? The HIMARS, deadly, fast, and nearly impossible to trace. This was not just an attack, it was a statement. What happens when your most guarded command center, hidden deep within layers of defense, is obliterated in broad daylight before you can even lift a radio? How do you lead an army when your generals are vaporized in seconds, your maps turn to ash, and your communications cut off in a flash of fire and steel? What if your enemy can strike you anytime, anywhere, without warning? Is this the end of static warfare? And more hauntingly, what if HIMARS is only just getting started? The HIMARS, High Mobility Artillery Rocket System, has quickly become the defining weapon of modern battlefield dominance. Designed for rapid deployment and extreme accuracy, HIMARS is no longer just a tool of destruction. It is a force of psychological warfare. With its ability to launch and relocate in under 2 minutes, this American-made system has revolutionized how small units inflict strategic-level damage. At the heart of HIMARS lies the GMLRS rocket, guided by GPS and capable of striking targets over 80 kilometers away with pinpoint precision. Ukrainian crews have learned to pair this with real-time satellite imagery, drone surveillance, and Western intelligence to identify and annihilate high-value targets before they even know they're being watched. Russian command posts, ammunition depots, and radar systems, once safe behind enemy lines, are now constantly exposed. One of HIMARS's greatest advantages is its stealth of movement and speed of execution. It fires and vanishes before the enemy can respond. While traditional artillery depends on volume and saturation, HIMARS relies on surgical strikes that cripple infrastructure and destroy morale. And unlike large lumbering systems, HIMARS can be hidden in forests, civilian roads, or even disguised among civilian vehicles, launching from unexpected directions. The daylight strike on the Russian command post near Avdiivka was meticulously planned. Ukrainian recon drones, flying high and quiet, located the site after days of observation. The target, a Russian coordination center believed to house key staff responsible for drone operations, air defense logistics, and tactical movements. Once confirmed, the coordinates were uploaded to a nearby HIMARS battery positioned 50 kilometers away, hidden in a tree line near the Ukrainian front. With surgical precision, 6 GMLRS rockets were launched in succession. From the moment of ignition to impact took just 24 seconds. Russian radar picked up nothing. By the time they felt the first tremor, the entire complex was already engulfed in flames. Satellite footage later confirmed the obliteration. The blast destroyed not just the command post, but also surrounding vehicles, communication arrays, and even hardened bunkers. Intercepted radio chatter from nearby Russian units painted a picture of panic, disbelief, and confusion. Several senior officers were confirmed killed, including a colonel said to be in charge of regional drone warfare coordination. Russian troops have a new fear. It isn't tanks or even NATO-trained brigades. It's HIMARS. Its rockets fall from the sky without warning. It evades counter-battery fire. It doesn't loiter like a drone. It arrives, destroys, and disappears. Russian attempts to counter HIMARS have mostly failed. The S-300 and S-400 air defense systems are not fast enough to intercept its rockets. Electronic jamming systems such as the Krasuka have failed to consistently block the GPS signals guiding GMLRS rockets. Even decoy installations haven't fooled HIMARS operators, especially when real-time drone feeds and satellite data eliminate guesswork. In response, Russian forces have resorted to hiding deeper underground, using outdated trench-style networks and dispersing assets in smaller units. But even these desperate moves are not enough. HIMARS has the range to chase them down and the intelligence network to find them. HIMARS has fundamentally shifted the tempo of warfare in Ukraine. With fewer than 30 launchers, Ukrainian forces have managed to cripple hundreds of Russian military sites, disrupt logistics networks, and stall offensives. This isn't just tactical victory, it's strategic disruption. One weapon system, operated by a small crew, can eliminate millions of dollars in enemy infrastructure in a single strike. This asymmetric advantage is what makes HIMARS so powerful. It doesn't require dominance of the air. It doesn't need artillery duels. It fights from the shadows, hitting hard, vanishing fast, and leaving enemy commanders guessing where the next strike will come from. The success of HIMARS in Ukraine has triggered a global arms race. Nations across Eastern Europe and the Pacific are lining up to acquire the system. Poland has ordered more units than any country in Europe. Taiwan sees HIMARS as a potential game-changer in deterring a future amphibious assault. Even countries like Australia and Japan have joined the list of buyers. The U.S. defense industry is scaling up production rapidly. Lockheed Martin, the manufacturer of HIMARS, has tripled its output capabilities in the past year. Meanwhile, new developments are on the horizon, including the Precision Strike Missile, PRSM, which will extend HIMARS' range to over 500 kilometers, threatening enemy targets far beyond traditional artillery reach. With the dawn strike on Donetsk's command post, a chilling reality has set in. No place is safe. Not in daylight, not behind enemy lines, not in bunkers. Russia may possess more tanks, aircraft, and manpower, but HIMARS has shown that one well-placed shot can do more than 1,000 bullets. Entire command chains can collapse. Critical supply routes can be severed. And morale? It evaporates when soldiers know they could die at any moment without ever seeing the enemy. For every HIMARS launch, a message is sent. You can run, you can hide, but we're watching. In the scorching light of day, HIMARS has proven it doesn't need the cover of night to be deadly. It operates with confidence, clarity, and unmatched precision. As long as it remains in Ukrainian hands, the battlefield will remain unpredictable for Russian forces. So now when Russian commanders huddle over their maps, planning their next move, they face a terrifying truth. That next HIMARS strike, it could be minutes away. And when it comes, it won't be a warning. It will be an erasure.